Oh, what's going on, everyone? I'm actually on time tonight. Sorry about last week. I wasn't on time last week. I was late an hour. And people were texting me and they were like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? You're late." Um so I just want to let everyone know that I was okay. I just got caught up with time, and that's why I was late last week. So first of all, thank you to everyone that reached out. I'm okay. Nothing serious happened or anything. And also thank you to everyone that showed up last week. We were up, I think, like 10 or 11 people. Very, very cool. So I appreciate everyone. It seemed like everyone was it was a positive turnout last week, even though, I might have not articulated my words as best as I could have, but oh well, it happens. But as the title says, we are on episode 35 of An Evening with 112, and I'm going to be doing some ranting. I have some thoughts. About some particular releases that were teased last week. Um, and then there's one other thing, but I'll save that a little bit towards the end just because I feel like if I get too deep into that other rant, YouTube might not like it. Because of the nature of it. So I'll save that for the end. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some of the comments here. One Maximilian Tucker is in here. One Max Tucker. Very surprised. Very surprised. This was a very surprising event that took place this week. Max has become number 306 of my subscribers. Very surprised. But welcome. Drop the bass. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people really like the new intro. That makes me happy. I wanted to make sure that it was. I wanted to make sure that it was an intro that kind of got you hyped up. I felt like we needed a change. The last intro was good, but we could improve on it in some ways, and so I did. Um, so I'm glad people like it. Alpha Red is here. I actually convinced Alpha Red to buy an SH Figure Arts Spider Gwen last week. Mr. V is in here, a very, very old friend of mine whenever I started this journey on YouTube. And no. No, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Um you don't have to apologize about that. I feel honored to have earned that sub. I feel like I earned it. It's like a little achievement that I was able to impress one Max Tucker, who is a former LSWA talent. I also noticed no one has still talked about the fact that I won my first title in the LSWA. Um, while uh, Tony is out here, Tony's Figs is out here shouting from the mountaintop that he's Tony Two Belts. And, you know, kind of wish I got a little recognition from the commish of the LSWA that I won. Um, But you know what? I guess the cruiserweights aren't as hyped up as we were told. I guess we're the piss break matches of the LSWA. So it's it's fine. No, 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 no. I'm good. I'm good. I do need to get on here though and set everything up here for what the hell is. Oh, okay. I thought that was another McFarlane figure. I was gonna say. I hope not. We don't have to deal with that. But also, well, no, you know what? I'll save that for since it was the only pickup that came in the mail this week. Oh, where was our stopping point last week? Oh, I guess that was our stopping point last week was the this female figure that everyone seems to be enticed by. Um yeah, this figure right here. I think Red is buying a couple of them. I'm sure a lot of people are. This nice lady here with her glasses and her nice tie and her heels and all that stuff. So that's okay. Um, we'll skip past those since I think we we talked enough about them last week. But so for anyone that does not collect import figures, this probably you could probably mute the audio. And then whenever it switches up to like a figure that you may collect, then you can turn the audio up just a little bit. But for any fellow import collectors such as myself, Bandai showed they did a little live stream last week and they decided to show off some of their SH Figure Arts My Hero Academia figures. And they showed Uraka or Uravity, Toga, who's on the screen right now, and then one of the other big baddies of the anime, Shigaraki, which there's a slightly better picture on the Find My Figures ladies Instagram that we'll get to in a minute. But I'm kind of mixed on this figure. I don't hate it, but I was really debating between getting the Revoltech version of her, which is the amazing Yamaguchi, the very articulated figures, or getting this one, depending on how this one turned out. And I think I'm gonna go with the Revoltech one, just because I don't I don't really like the style of her, the way that they did her face. Um because the art style in the manga is completely different from how it is in the anime. And I think with all these My Hero figures, they're going based off the manga art. Um so you kind of really have to pick and choose which line you're going to go with, because if you go with the Revoltechs, those are going to look more like the anime. These are going to look more like the manga. So if you prefer the manga style, then you're going to have to go with the figure arts, because the art styles are going to really look the greatest when you display them together. But besides that, I mean, the faces look accurate to what they look like in the manga. She has her battle mask. She has all the pieces for her pack that she carries. Because her power is that she can mimic other people, um, but the only way that her power is activated is if she gets a sample of your blood. So that's why she has the tubes and the vials, and that's why in where is it? In did they have a picture of her with the here? So these little tendrils here that are on hoses, those are the teeth that are on her what's it called? I wouldn't say a neck brace because it's not that, but around her neck, the teeth that are around there, um, they detach and they're like little needles. And so if they prick you and they get a sample of your blood, she can mimic um, that, which you get to see in the anime. Trying to see if they don't have any pictures, so I'm gonna have to look and see. Let me see if I can find. Might have to go to the Insta Tamashi Instagram and see if I could find. I would do the live stream, but I don't really want to have to sit there and watch like a 30-minute live stream just to find one thing. So let me go over here and try to find this while I'm talking. It goes cruiserweight women's division, and then at the top the heavyweights. Yep. See, I told you, Red's getting two. Oh, nice, nice. You're getting the. Is it the Marvel, the MVC, Spider-Man? This one. That Spider-Man looks great. I love the sculpt work that they did for the lines on there. Look really good. I think also them doing that, it saves them from having to paint those lines, so it saves them a little bit of money, even though them saving just a little bit of money is not gonna. That's fucking hilarious that they're making a figure of him. How far down is? Geez, how far back was that reveal for that Uraka? I feel like it wasn't that far back. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. I just didn't want to put it on here and then you have to watch me doom scroll through their Instagram trying to find this one picture. This does make me realize though how many Kamen Rider figures that Bandai puts out though, because I'm seeing I've passed at least 10 different figures. Couldn't have been this far back. Odd. Oh well, I'll try to find it while I'm sitting here. Get rid of my Marvel figures again. Everybody's getting rid of their Marvel figures. I noticed. Woody selling off his Marvel figures. Now Kaiju Kitty's getting rid of his Marvel figures. Where the hell is this picture? Couldn't have been that far back. Oh shit, maybe it was. Huh. Let's see. I'm wondering if they showed it around the same time that they showed all those Hunter x Hunter, all those other anime figures. There's the guts. Where the hell is this figure at? Huh, so it was even before the Shooter McGavin Superman. Oh shit, did I find it? Am I in the relative area? Because there's the Dobby. Oh fuck it. I'll just look up a fucking picture of it. I'm not scrolling through here trying to find this shit. Pissing me off. Because I could have swore that it came out around the same time that they dropped all the other figures. So I don't understand how they why they spread the reveals so far. I don't I don't understand it. So, well, let me try to look this up and see if I could find this. Just to all this just to fucking show one just to show one piece of this figure. All because Bandai couldn't have just put it on their official, which I don't understand because I think this figure comes out in October. All right, I got it here. Okay. All right. Well, sorry for making you wait like 15 minutes for me to come on here just to yeah, I I see that as just wanting to cherry pick the line. What the fuck is this? I don't need this. All right, where the fuck is the picture at? Of there we go. Literally, it was just this one picture. So anyway, this is her whenever she uses her power. Was what I was trying to get at. Was she can mimic like 100% mimic powers and all whoever she gets a blood sample from. That's how her powers work. So anyway, thanks for waiting 25 minutes for me to find this fucking picture. So I do think it's cool that they gave her or that they did that so then you could have her at least mimicking um Urako, which she does a couple times throughout the anime. But I mean, overall, I think it's a great figure. I think right now her MSRP is I think $100, which is it's a bit fucking steep. It's a bit steep for a figure. So you know, um, I don't know. I don't know if we got $100 worth of uh what's it called going on here. I don't know if the articulation for her is even worth the 100. But like I said, if you want the manga art version of the characters, then you're gonna have to go with the figure arts. But if you like the anime style, then you just get the Revoltex. So anyway, that's what that was. This guy looks kind of cool. I don't know if he's from something. He kind of looks like he's from Goblin Slayer. Was that anime? I think he kind of has that style from that anime, but maybe that's what he's from. It's just a third party, and he's got no clothes on, and he's flipping you off, and now he's in a jail cell, and now he's got clothes on, and he wants to he wants to grab some anatomy, we'll say. And now he's grabbing a female figure's crotch. It's just like every picture through this whole thing, it's like it gets worse and worse and worse. It's just like every picture just gets progressively worse. Um Kaiju Kitty said, I just wanted a fun Marvel vs. Capcom shelf, but those Legends figures suck. The Psylocke, I heard the Psylocke was good, but I never saw it in the store, so therefore I don't have it. So I can't quite confirm whether or not that is. But we'll see. I've got a Cable, a Marrow, a CT Toys Wolverine, and a Secret War Spider-Man to get rid of. All right, well, Kaiju Kitty, he's letting everyone know if you need any of those, you hit him up. He's got the social medias. I like the villains sometimes. I'm almost caught up on my hero, and I really have to. I have 2 episodes left of the 6th season, and then I have about 42 episodes through the 7th season, and the new season starts, I think, next week. Or the final season starts next week. So but I will say I think I'm at one episode 130 something. So it's to get through it, it's a bit of a struggle to get through My Hero, because from the first season up until the first half of the 4th season is fantastic. Like the story is consistent, and then once it gets past the big arc in season 4, it just becomes a filler all the way through season 5. And then the beginning of season 6 is where it picks up, because there's a huge civil war between the heroes and the villains. And there's a lot of villains that die, and there's a lot of heroes that die. Um, and there's a lot going on in that part. Um, and so like now it's starting to pick up. And Max says the 5K goblins rule. I think he was sold on that one picture of the naked goblin with the middle finger. I think that's where this comment came from. Alpha Red says $100 is a little high, but hopefully worth it. I do agree. For the figure arts, it's definitely it's weird though, because for her she's 100, or she's like 96 or something like that. But the SH figure arts, the Deku I think was like 50 something, Uraka is 60 something, Todoroki is 60 something, Bakugo is 60 something, Dabi I think might be 70. maybe, but I don't know why she's 100. So I'm not quite sure. That one perverted goblin. Nope, comes with a macaroni Thanos. Macaroni Thanos? Goblin Slayer is firing. $40 for that goblin looks like a fair deal. Yeah, I could see a lot of people getting some good use out of it. There's another seductive picture of that. Man, they're pushing that blank female body, man. Uh so yeah, this was out of the 3 that were shown, this is the only one that interests me is the Shigaraki. Um because where I'm at right now in the anime, he is a fucking menace. I won't get too deep into his character in terms of explaining it because it does spoil a big plot that they get to, or a big reveal in the anime. And so if anyone is encouraged to go and start My Hero, I don't want to spoil it, but he is a great villain. Uh, the fights that he gets involved in are fantastic. And this is his look from season 6. So why he looks like this again, it spoils the plot for where I'm at. So I won't do it, but he does look very accurate and he looks great. I hope to God he's not $100 because I'm gonna get on here and bitch and moan and complain if he's $100 because I don't know why Figure Arts is starting to push Revoltech prices when they don't have the articulation like Revoltech figures. But I do want to keep my eye on this because I think he goes up for pre-order next month. So I'm going to keep my eye on him and we're going to see whether or not he's $100 or not. I hope not. If he's 70, I'll tolerate 70. But if he's pushing like 80 or something like that, no. No. I'll wait. I'll wait because eventually they do go on sale. Eventually they do get discounted on certain sites. And then we have this from Monkey Toys. Um I guess this is one of their blank bodies, or I think they're called strong guy bodies or strong bodies, I think. The Amazing just did a review on the ones that came out. This is an exclusive though, so it's in a darker, it's in like a matte black color. And they got boxing gloves and all different hands. And all of them come with this head sculpt, which I think is cool because um you could use these for your superheroes, or we're circling back, or you could use these as Nomus from My Hero and have your figures fighting these as Nomus. Um, which they're technically supposed to be gray, but these work out fine. I don't know what the price point is of these, if these are a little bit more expensive than the Romanki ones. I think the Romanki ones are like 20 something a piece, which isn't bad because these are big ass figures. Um, but I'm not sure. It just says that they'll be available for purchase on October 2nd and 3rd. Um, and it says the Shanghai exhibition, but it also said that 5K Toys will have them available too. So we'll see. We'll see. And then we get into more figure art. So we have both versions of Reze. Um, which she's gonna be involved in the new Chainsaw Man movie, which comes out next month. Um, if you haven't watched Chainsaw Man, very good anime. It's only like 10 episodes. Very easy to follow. And this once we found out that she was someone leaked the chapter of the manga whenever the first season of Chainsaw Man came out, someone had leaked uh one of the panels from the manga and it showed her, so we knew that she plays a big part in the Bomb Devil arc for Chainsaw Man, which is what this movie is going to set up. This is her in her demon form, which, without giving away too much, so this is what she looks like. Right, this is her normal look, and all these demon hunters in this world, they make a pact with certain with different devils. Um so for Reze, she made a pact with the Bomb Devil and she becomes this. Denji, who is the main character, which know what he looks like. He has a fucking chainsaw for a head. He makes a pact with the Chainsaw Devil. And so the Chainsaw Devil gets to use his body, but he gets resurrected from death. There's the Fox God or the Fox Devil, which is one of the characters, and he gives up one of his eyes in order to make a pact with that. So it's kind of cool to get to see all the different ones, but the fights are really cool too. And the style of the anime is really cool too. But anywho, I'm pretty sure I lost a lot of people with that, but I recommend it. It's good. What I don't like about this fucking figure is, why does she only have 3 hands? She's only got 3 hands. The extra piece for the mouth that you could switch out to make it look like the mouth is open, which is not in any of these fucking pictures. I don't understand. But yeah, I don't understand why she only has 3 hands when I think she's just like $80 or something like that on pre-order right now. Which I was like, no, no, I'll wait for a sale. I'll wait for a sale. She'll eventually go on sale, but yeah, so these are the only pictures we have. I'm pretty sure they kept it specific to like very limited pictures, not to give away, not to spoil the movie, but that's probably what they did. Let's see. What's that? Tamashii Nations lacking articulation. Looks like a better body for Venom than what Hasbro gave us. Yes, Chainsaw Man is fantasy. Red nose. Red nose. Did I get the gray devil? Oh, the pit figure? No, I didn't get that. I did get one of the blank bodies though, which I'll show in a little bit because we'll get to it. We'll get to it. And then to bring people back in, we're bringing people back in. Savage Crucible is gonna have this at the Shanghai show, and then it'll also be at the Titans Toy Expo, the 25th through the 26th. This looks amazing. I know one person that's going to Titans Toy Expo, I think. Um, I know D Amazing is going because he's going to be a guest. I think a couple of more big name people are going, but yeah, if anyone is going to this, I might need you to grab me this guy because that mask is awesome. The like Viking kind of look is really good too. His weapons are fucking awesome. Which he comes with all this. That's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. He comes with extra hands. He's got middle fingers. That's pretty cool. He's got I think this is the first Savage Crucible figure that has middle fingers. So that's pretty cool. I love that skull though. That skull mask helmet, that's fucking awesome. This sword is fantastic. I think all of this is new. Maybe not this sword. I think this sword they might have used with the Lemurians, but the rest of these, I believe, are all new weapons, which is cool. So, um, yeah. If anyone watching this is going to Titans Toy Expo, you let me know because I might need at least one of that guy because that's awesome. I don't have any of the humans yet, so I'm gonna need someone to give me the hookup there. What is this? 3-0 is doing this Black Panther, which is really cool. I'm guessing this is reactive to light. For really, really nice figure. It's a bit pricey though. We're looking at $100, and we get a couple of hands and some kinetic charge effects and a stand. So, oh yeah, so see UV fluorescent paint. So yeah, it's reactive to light. Um, I don't know. It's cool though. It's cool. If it's your thing, go for it. LPZZ is doing a Dark Knight Metal Series Joker, and it looks like it's up on 5K. This looks pretty cool. Um, again, $100, but you do get that pretty cool. The base is fucking awesome. Look at all those hands. Good lord. Is that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? Like 17 different hands. You get, what is it, like a sickle scythe, a knife, an SMG. I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a needle? The hell is that? I don't know what that is. Joker gas. The chains, the extra head sculpt. This is fucking awesome. Yeah, this is very cool. I mean, you could definitely tell that there was some of that budget went towards the base, but the figure has that is a lot of very intricate sculpt work going on there. So this is, yeah. Again, if it's your thing, go for it. I don't know Dragon Ball, but apparently this figure is very hard to get because I think you had to do a magazine subscription service when it came out. So it'll be at NYCC, but I believe that was everything new-ish on the Find My Figures Instagram. I'm going to check one more place and see. Oh, yeah, see, there was some stuff. Yeah, there was some stuff on here that I missed. Oh, so last week I brought up this figure that I was going to keep an eye on this to see when it would go up. It did go up on the Devil Toys site. So there is an actual price for it. Um it is, oh, well, now it has a price. 100 plus 10 for worldwide shipping. But whenever I looked on the Devil Toys website, it just showed 110 with free shipping. So either way, it's 110. I do want to try out one of these figures though, because I love the helmet. The head sculpt is really cool, and they have a bunch of different designs. Like they did one that was very Akira inspired. So I might have to I'm gonna have to look at getting at least one or two of them at some point. Getting a couple, not getting a couple all at once. Um what the hell is this? I didn't see this. Uh Spider Woman. I guess this is a Marvel Unlimited Annual Plus membership exclusive. I guess. I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh well, if you're into Marvel, there you go. Sorry. And all these Batman Returns figures went up and all of them sold out. So at least on Big Bad. On BBTS they all sold out, which I thought was interesting. Oh yeah, and I saw this I think Sheen talked about it on Saturday. That the Mezco 112 Joker went up for pre-order. 116 bucks. Looks really good though. I know I told myself I wasn't gonna get another Mezco. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm really trying to resist the urge to get another fucking to try Mezco again, but I'm torn, man. I really am. I'm torn because the this fucking Joker looks so good. All the accessories are accurate to the movie. Like, I mean, that looks great. So I'm torn. I'm torn because I don't want it to be the case of how it was with the Mezco Ghostface, where I buy it and then the fucking figure ends up not at all being accurate to the picture, and then I'm being let down again, and then I end up selling it, because that's how it's been with all my Mezcos. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, this is a, well, this is a 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure, but it's a Miles Morales with the Xenomorph, or fighting a Xenomorph. Or a face hugger. I don't know. This is something from one of the newer comics. I'm not sure. That base looks really cool. So that's really cool. I don't know. The thing with the Hot Toy Spider-Man figures, the clothes look very baggy. And so I don't know. It looks very off-putting, but that's just me. There's an Iron Man that's like crystallized. I don't fucking know. No idea. There's Motu. I I don't know. Motu was before my time. That looks cool in the box, though. In the box, that is cool. That's cool. If you just left it in the box like this, that's cool. That would make a very cool display piece. This Hot Toys looks cool. That Batman looks really cool. But yeah, same thing with the Hot Toys. I told myself no Hot Toys. I think if I did get one Hot Toy figure, it would probably be the Jinx from Arcane, just because they nailed that figure. It looks so good. And they even added the little detail from the second season where she has like a robotic middle finger on her left hand. I guess this is a new thing, a Mezco frozen Doc Nocturnal and a Yeti, I guess. I don't know. No fucking idea. But I think that was everything. Because we looked at that last week. But yeah, those Devil Toys figures, I would be interested in trying one of those because at least with those, I wouldn't feel like I'm gonna break the fucking thing. I wouldn't, because it's not that I have anything against figures with soft goods clothes. It's just with Mezco, it's if I move it too much and it breaks, then I'm fucked because their customer service sucks. And the figure's most likely sold out. And if you try to buy one to replace the broken one, you're looking at paying double or triple what you originally paid for the figure. So at least if I buy, like one of those Romanki or one of those blank figure bodies off AliExpress and it breaks, I'm only out like $20, as compared to 100 and something. So yeah, that I did a bit of ranting. I mean, I have ranted quite a bit, haven't I? So the title doesn't lie. Now in terms of my pickups, I only have one pickup, and I was really waiting for this from AliExpress. I bought a blank figure body because the one that I was using that I got off a Big Bad Toy Store a while ago, the body was too short and I didn't quite like the way that it felt, and the hands were they felt like rubber hands and like that. So I bought the Win Toys 1/12 scale body. And so that's the base that I'm using to build a new AFA 112 on. And the quality of the figure is very good. And on top of that, you get a lot of hands. Try to show this without shit falling out. But well, hands everywhere, I suppose. So yeah, you got all those hands. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different sets of hands. You get 2 sets of feet, like bare feet. You get, I think, what is this, like a set of replacement pegs for the feet, I think, or maybe these are for no, I don't know, replacement pegs. You get this. unmasked head or this blank head, which isn't bad. I think if you hit it with some paint and just paint it up, it'd look okay. You get a pair of these boots, which are already black, which is good because you could just throw clothes on the figure and it's fine. And they have the toe hinge in them. But yeah, you get a lot of different hands, like kind of fighting hands, these kind of sprawled out hands, like a lot of expressive hands, like chopping hands. So you get a lot of different options for hands, which is good. But I didn't like those I didn't like the boots. So I went and I what's it called? I bought some 3D printed. Well, look, Max wanted his rant. I'm about to rant. So I bought two pairs of 3D printed uh Jordan 1s off of eBay that were 1/12 scale um sized, and they were specific for this body, this type of body. So I get them and I open the package, and one of them is okay, right? One of them's the right size. They look okay. I was like, okay, this is fine. And then the other fucking pair of shoes are two completely different sized pairs of shoes, and one of these is not even for this figure. So I don't know if you can tell, but there is a significant difference in the size of this shoe and this shoe. All right, two different sizes. One, the inside is hollowed out. This one has a peg in it because it's meant for classified. That basically it's meant for Hasbro figures. Um, so I was a bit pissed about that. So I contacted the seller, um, and was like, hey, I got my order in, and uh what's it called? The shoes are not the right size. This is not what I bought. I bought two pairs of shoes for this specific figure body, and you sent me two pairs of shoes that are not that they don't match. And so I ended up getting a refund for it, but the guy acted like I didn't know. And then on top of that, the way that these shoes turned out, it's like the printing is just all, I mean, it's all kinds of fucked. I don't know if you can see, but I mean, there is just like misprints, and it's a mess. It's a mess. So I was like, well, I guess my idea that I had in mind for the shoes are not going to work. So maybe I can salvage them, see, not only two different sizes, two different shoes for, um, what's it called? Two different types of shoes for two different types of figures. Is It's crazy. So I went ahead and I painted the pair that I tried to salvage. So I painted these. So they are based off of Jinx from League of Legends. So I tried to do her cloud design that she has for a tattoo, and I kind of did this kind of like reddish pink for the swoosh. Um, so I went in and tried to fix them the best that I could. So it's an example of working with what you got. At least I got my money back, and these turned out not too bad. I mean, Could have been better, but I think for what I did with them, they're fine. Um, and then I had to go in and I had to put epoxy, two two-way epoxy sculpt to make peg holes for the pegs to fit in. So it's a bit better. So yeah, still got a ways to go, but I'm gonna get another one of these, probably a couple of more of these bodies, because they're very good quality bodies. They're not too buff, so I'm not over here looking like, I'm on the juice, I'm on the gear. Um, but I have a couple of ideas. I'm just trying to play around with some different looks, because I know people asked the first time I made one and I posted it on the community tab. People were like, "What is the recipe? How do you, like, what pieces and parts did you use?" So I'm gonna try to mess around and see a couple of different ways to at least make my, I don't even know what you would call it. I know in Lego terms it's called a sig fig. Um, at least that's what the Lego people call it whenever they make a Lego version of themselves. It's called a sig fig. So I don't know what the equivalent of that would be with an action figure. Um, but I went back and I repainted the head, so it's a proper color. So instead of it being like a cocaine white, it's ivory. So it's actually the proper color. So yeah. You won't be able to get the shoes though. Those shoes are kind of a one of a kind thing. I mean, unless you want to sit there and paint them the way I did, because it took a couple hours, but um wow. All right. Okay, crazy. Uh but yeah, two different shoes. I was like that. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand how you could fuck up my order, because even when I messaged him, he was like, "Yeah, you're the only person that ordered these shoes." I was like, "Well, if I'm the only person that ordered the shoes, how could you fuck up? Like, how could you not realize, like, as you're like, I get it. I've mailed stuff before. I just mailed Shane a couple of days ago. I just mailed him his Marvel Legends Punisher with the bike and the ice machine. But how do you not realize, like, when you're going through and you're about to pack somebody's order, you don't realize, oh, these fucking shoes are two different. I mean, are you really, really, really? That looks the same. That looks the same. I don't think so. Either way, I got my money back, so it's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I'm making a figure. Gonzo's accusing my figure of being on the juice. I don't think so. I think that think he's over trying to slander my my work in progress here, but that's what's going on with that. So just be patient while I'm trying to work through that. And probably, probably, which is a shame, because there were some things in his store that I was going to buy, but since he wanted to be like that, I'll take my business elsewhere. So womp womp. But anyway, that was a Max wanted a rant, or wanted one rant, a rant. So there we go. But I'm still playing around with some things, but you'll be able to soon enough have something to work with. The Tylenol. The Tylenol. The other thing that I ordered, I did order that Revoltech Uraka. That's why I'm not getting the figure arts one. Um, Plaza Japan had her for 40 or $41. Um, Unfortunately, I did eat $60 in shipping costs because I paid whatever the shipping was that included all of the tariff bullshit that was tacked onto it, which is probably, I don't know, probably about $30, $40. No, maybe it was like $30 in charges and stuff like that that I would have had to pay when it hit the US. So I was like, you know what? I'll take the $60 hit since the figure was only 40. It's fine. This is the one time I'll cave in because I looked on eBay and she's like 150 is the starting price when you go on any Japanese site and she's like 60 something. So I don't understand. But yeah, so there's that, you know. But it's cool though. It's cool. Um but I like that I have two versions of my kind of two versions I was playing around with. Where I had one version that I was messing around with that was that I was trying to put on a Valaverse body and play around with. Because this used to be the head sculpt that I used for my representation of myself, but because it was on an articulated icons figure and that particular figure or any of those articulated icons figures that came with that head sculpt are very expensive now. I figured I needed to go and find something a little bit more affordable, which this one is more affordable. You can get it on Etsy. You can find it on eBay. It's like maybe like $8, something like that. I'm pretty sure Gonzo has like 5 of these head sculpts. So I'm gonna play around with it. Maybe I'll keep it the regular like bone white, but maybe I'll play around with some colors. So we'll see. I just want something that's unique enough to where when you look at it, it's like it can be represented by with me. And then if I ever get to the point where I'm able to do like stickers or make like at least a t-shirt to have my logo on, you can you know, you see the logo, it's like, oh, you know. So I'm just trying to play with a couple things, so we'll see. But yeah, not too many pickups here, but Shane did say that loved he loved the mini fridge that Gonzo still thinks that the giveaway was rigged on, even though it wasn't, and the live stream is still up on this channel. uh but yeah, he really liked it. I was able to help him with a Punisher. Um, Gave it to him for like a reasonable price. I'm not gonna upcharge people that I know that I'm close with. If you have a figure and I happen or you need or you're looking for a particular figure and I have it, I'm not going to charge you a ridiculous ass price because that's not the type of um not the type of message that I want to be sending out with this community. Um but yeah, I think I covered everything. Um The Citadel has some great bone washes. Every time so I the paints the paint that I used for the shoes and the paint that I used for the head sculpt, I got it from Hobby Town. But every time I go into Hobby Town and I'm looking for a particular paint, they never have it. And I'm always really annoyed because I went in here for one particular um paint and they never have it, which sucks. So yeah, anyway, I go in Hobby Town, they never have any of my stuff. So I work with what I got. But um actually do I have the paint? I think I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. This is the paint that I used. So this is the paint that I used for the head sculpt or the skull. It's this ivory, which turned out really nice. I didn't even have to put like a matte spray or anything like that on it. But I was playing with some ideas where I wanted to do maybe I wanted to do I wanted to try and I might buy another one of those head sculpts and try it out. But I wanted to try maybe like a light blue, something, some type of color to make it pop. But I didn't also want people to be like, are you trying to copy Mezco? Because Mezco has the pink skulls, they have the blue skulls, they have the fucking Skittle colored skulls, they have all colors of the rainbow skulls. Um, so that's why I didn't do it. But maybe if I did like a blue, but then I bought and put like a very light wash and brushed it on it, which is what I need to do. I need to do that with this this head sculpt just to bring out the teeth because you can't really see the teeth. So maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to Hobby Town and hope that they have what I need so then I don't leave um so then I don't leave empty-handed like I always do. Because they never have my fucking paint. They never have my paint. Um it's true. It's true. Vallejo, yes. I will say yes. They have some very good uh Tamiya washes are good. Okay. That is actually it's a very cool idea. I might need to look and see. I also need some new brushes too cuz um I bought a brush from oh, where did I buy that brush from? It was like some comic store, but they also sold like miniatures, like Warhammer and stuff. But I needed a fine tipped brush and I bought it there. And after a few uses, it's not as precise as it was. Even though I cleaned it, like properly cleaned it, it's still. So I'm gonna have to get new brushes too. Let me let me see. Um, let me see if I could find that link because I'm pretty sure Gonzo and I bought. I'm pretty sure the guy that Gonzo bought his head sculpts from on Etsy is the same person I bought my head sculpts from on Etsy. I think. I think. Let me see. Um, let me see, because there was another head sculpt that I wanted to play around with. Um, that it had like a baseball cap, but it had yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy right here. This is the guy that I bought from. 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the guy that I bought the head sculpts from. So like another one I wanted to try to play around with was it's gonna look weird because this probably wasn't the best piece. It's probably the classified Rakondo probably wasn't the best base body to use, or who the hell is that? That might be Flint. That's somebody. But I was gonna use this. I was gonna take sandpaper and sand off the skulls on there, and then I don't know, maybe do like a different logo. Um, and maybe do something like that. I've bought head sculpts from him before, and his head sculpts are like really good quality. They don't feel cheap or anything like that. Um, trying to find. It's not that head sculpt though, but that was one of them. Um, who was the other? What's the other one called? But the one that I have on mine, it's like a World War II. Here it is, right here. Here it is. Here it is, right here. So that's it. It's got the cigarette in the mouth. So let me drop this in the chat in case anyone would like to purchase it. I will buy a couple if you want, Max, and I'll send you one. You can just send me your wow, I don't know why it just I don't know why it just I guess maybe that link was too long. I don't know. Oh, it was Flint. Yeah, I figured from that giraffe neck going on there on that figure. Um, yeah, he's got some really good head sculpts in here. He actually has a couple of. He's got a couple of zombie. Oh, that one's cool too. Yeah, he's got some cool. Yeah, see this one too with the. These ones are cool too with the cabbie hat is cool. The one with the beret is cool. This one he's kind of got like the what's it called? Yeah, he's kind of doing like the people's eyebrow going on there. His zombie head sculpts are really really cool too. And I bought a the last I got some zombie. Oh no, I had a 3D printed head sculpt of a zombie. Do I still have that? Hmm. Let me see if I can find that head sculpt. Hang on. Now that we're talking about painting and stuff, hang on. All right, I found it. I found it. I need to put like a wash. Need to put a wash on it, but the head sculpt kind of came out a little jank, because the way that it was printed. But I painted this one, so did a little bit of dry brushing on whatever hair this fella still had on his head. Um, but I painted this one. I have found after painting this head sculpt, I found that painting zombie head sculpts are a lot of fun. I need to hit it with a wash too. I have a wash that someone gave me that I need to put on this. It's like a reddish brown, I think is the type of wash. Um, but once I put it on there, it'll get all those details and it'll look better because that's the only thing that this head sculpt needs is just a wash and it's good. Uh, but yeah, it's I don't know where the hell he got it though. Uh, but he's got some really good zombie head sculpts. Here, let me put myself back up here. Let's see. Yeah, he's got some. I mean, he's got like this punk. Jeez, I have so many. I have so many so many Etsy tabs here, but I have stuff like this sitting in my cart all the time. But yeah, like this looks really cool. Like that would be kind of fun to paint. It's another one. Oh, there's a Danny Trejo and it's a Danny Trejo head sculpt in a Santa hat. That's pretty funny. Like here, there's some really good head sculpts. Like this one's a good one. I like that one with the mouth open. It's a good one. Like where the jaw is kind of dislocated. This one's cool too, where it's like the half here and half kind of, you can see the gums and the teeth and stuff. It's pretty cool. Some good head sculpts on here. Sometimes you can get them on sale too, which makes it even better. I think Gonzo bought a bunch of them in bulk. He said that he got a discount. So yeah, Collectible Carnage. He's also on eBay as well. He also has stuff on eBay. But yeah, some of these zombie head sculpts look really cool. He also even has the original Toxo Viper head sculpt too. I don't know what the formula would be here for making this. Yeah, his Hooded Cobra Commander is a good head sculpt. Yeah, number 5. Yeah, he's got some really good head sculpts. They take a little bit of time to get to you, but they're not like, the quality isn't like it's gonna crumble whenever you go to paint it. But that's like that one right there. So like that side shot. Yeah, that's great. It's just because we don't have like any well, it's not true. Like Operation Monster Force, you have the zombies, but those haven't come out yet. It's like, I'm bored. I need some zombies. I need something different. Can I get like a couple zombie head sculpts and get a base to put them on, and then maybe we could get something going. I mean, the hands, I don't know what you would Valiver. I'm sure you could pop some Valiver's hands on there. I'm sure he's got some hands that are kind of like that. Pop them on there. But he's got some very good prints on there for his for the mole rat. Yeah, he's got some good. I see Jay Gonzo. Max has got you. He got you hooked up. All right, so we are an hour and 24 minutes in here. So we're gonna start winding down a little bit. I feel like I've taken up enough of your time. But yeah, my last rant. Well, I wouldn't say last rant. It was more something I wanted to talk about because it's something currently going on right now. Uh, I'm sure all the people in the state of California are currently aware of what's going on in their state, but if you don't, well, before I start talking about this, if you're not into talk of true crime, I guess, then I would probably say this would be the what's it called? The jumping off point for you, which is fine because listen, some of that stuff, it gets too much for people, and whenever you go and watch this stuff on Netflix or YouTube or whatever, people get into real deep detail. But I'm one of those people. I could watch it, go to sleep just fine. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm into horror. So but if you're not aware, so there's not a lot of information on this, but I'm sitting here trying to follow every piece of this like a hawk because I find this case, as it's becoming more and more, I find it so interesting. So, what was it, maybe 2 weeks ago? They found a abandoned Tesla, blacked out Tesla, and the people in the neighborhood were complaining. This was in Hollywood Hills. They were complaining, saying that there was like this really bad smell coming from like the area that this Tesla was in. So they call the cops. Cops come. They tow the vehicle away. Smell is gone. They park it in one of their impound lots, and after a while, the people that work at this impound lot, they start to notice that, hey, something's not smelling quite right. And so they call the cops, they get the Tesla open, they find, yeah, it's that, yeah. But, um, what I find interesting is people are trying to, yeah, see, you read. The okay, so you people are okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you people are aware. Okay. So what I find interesting about this case is that, you know, there are a lot of people that don't think that he did it, which, come on, man. It does not take two and two to put together that this guy clearly did it. All right. Um when you look at this dude's music and you look at the lyrics of it, of his songs, and you look at the music videos, it's very peculiar how things start to add up once you start looking a little bit deeper. And how the people of the internet are. You got internet detectives start pulling up stuff. So, you know, but I just thought it was interesting how not only people don't think that he did it, when it's like he left a trail. He's left a trail for a couple of years that's like led up to this, as almost, I don't know if he was just, he either wanted to get caught because the shit is so obvious, or he, I don't know. I think that's what it is. I think it's just he wanted to get caught, or maybe he was just living off the high of this and didn't think he would get caught. But you know, um, but also people are like, "Where is the information? Why are we not getting updates on this case?" And it's just like these people don't know how an investigation works. Like the police are not going to say we have this, because if they start splurting out a bunch of information, it could seriously fuck up the investigation in the case that they're building. So the more they keep under lock and key, the better, because if they start saying stuff, this dude could take off and run. Like he's originally from Texas, he's from Houston. So, and people started digging on his social media and found that he was in somewhere in Texas right before all this started going down, right until all this stuff started popping up. So he could run. It's not like he doesn't have the money and he doesn't have ways of running. And then if he runs, then then that's more problems. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, are you not like, have you never seen like a murder case where, if it's not properly investigated, like how piss poor this will look? Like, does no one remember the OJ Simpson case? Does no one remember this case that was all over the place? Like, no one remembers how that went down. Like, nobody remembers how mishandled the evidence was and all of this. It's just, yes, 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 yes. He definitely, I'm telling you, he did it. He did it. Red, I know you've been hearing for like 2 weeks, but I'm telling you, this has been such an interesting dive in trying to, like, just as someone who like really likes to like get down to the nitty gritty of true crime and looking at the cases and seeing how all this, whether or not it was solved or not. Um, but Jagonzo put a comment here. I don't want to put it up on the screen because YouTube might not appreciate me putting that up on the screen. But yes, they didn't find all of her. I would say from the three pieces they found of her, it's about like 25% of a person. So there's still three-fourths of her missing. And that I think is what is the sad part, is that this family cannot even bury can't even give their child a proper burial because they don't have all of her to, you know what I mean, to give a proper burial to. Um so yeah, they don't have all of her. And they said that she might have been since mid-August. So from if this is true and this is what's been um discussed, then we're talking about gone. She's been deceased since mid-August. We are now almost at the end of September. So it's a bit concerning. Um, but I think what also really, really annoys me with this case is that every adult that is involved in this story has failed this young woman because you know what I mean? Like no, not a single adult saw that this is weird. You know, a grown we're talking about a grown person here, like 20 years old. Why are we getting involved with someone that's clearly a child? You can look me square in the face and say that's not a child when it clearly looks like a child. Like I have coworkers at work that are either in high school or on the verge of graduating high school or have graduated high school, and you can clearly tell the difference between a high schooler and an adult. Like you could look at one and be like, yeah, that hello, 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 hello. Something's, so it's yeah, it was a child. It was a child. The fact that not a single adult stepped in and said, "Hey, this is weird. It's probably best you don't do this," you know, because, eventually you're going to get caught with this and you're going to go away for a long time because the judicial system does not fuck with not only that type of activities, but once you get inside of a prison system, those people do not fuck with that type of activity. So it's a lose lose either way. Um, that's what I'm saying too. Hello. Like you knew this was going on. How are you not? You know what I mean? It's just like just overall it's just so fucking frustrating because it's just like you failed her, man. Like you failed her. The parents failed her. Any adult that knew this was going on failed her. I would even say the police failed her because um someone reached out to the brother and said like asked him questions, and he even said that he tried to go to the police with this months ago before she disappeared again and tried to tell the police that this was going on, and the police didn't want to look into it and didn't believe him because of lack of evidence. Like why would someone lie about that? Why like why would he lie about that? That's his sibling. That's it's just like anyway. It's fucked all around. It's fucked all around. I'm following it. I hope this young woman gets justice. Um cuz yeah, it's just it's just really sad cuz it's like 14, man. People keep saying 15. I keep seeing people are saying 15. She wasn't 15. She was 14. When she passed, she was 14. 1 4, 14. And they're saying this has been going on since she was 11. 11. Hello. 11. An actual child. 11. This is fucking crazy. 11. 12, 13, 14. 3 years. And no one stepped in to say anything. It's a shame. It's a fucking shame. It's a shame. So I'm hoping that when you know, information comes into play and everything lines up, that, you know, it's done. It's a done deal. And she gets her justice, because it's fucked. It really is. It's fucked. Oh no, he did. Yeah. That's how he got started, was with Fortnite. And funny you brought up Fortnite, because this man is under investigation, and he had the balls to post a picture that he was playing Fortnite. The man is not even under investigation, but when you have the FBI and you have law enforcement looking at you like a hawk and looking at every single thing you do from this point until they find enough evidence to arrest you and charge you, you're playing it real close. You're playing it real fucking close to the chest with that. And then he was also on Discord, which, if you don't know what Discord is, it's like originally it started as like a gaming thing for people to be able to socialize with other people that have the similar interests in games, but people have them for different things now. And they found out that he was on that. And it's like, you know, that's under investigation right now. Like, that's under investigation. It's just, man, you're pouring gas on that fire, man. It's bad. Like, it's bad, and you're making it worse. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to save that. I wanted to save it till the end, because I wasn't about to like throw that out in the middle of a thing while we were in figure discussion. This is kind of like one of those things that you throw towards the end. So if people want to dip and they got work and shit in the morning, you don't want to, or if you don't want to hear it, you can dip. I got no issues with that. I'm not going to hold anything against you. Because like I said, it's one of those things that it's like, when you look into it, it's a very sensitive thing. But, you know, I hope that whatever the outcome, which I'm hoping the outcome that I'm hoping for this case happens, this is an example to parents of children, or, you know, their own, that are around this age, to be very, very watchful of what they go on, because like, this is not a one-time thing. This is constantly going on, and it's everywhere. I mean, these type of people are everywhere in everything. Like, just recently, not that long ago, we found out someone on YouTube that was making figure related content was found out to be partaking in this type of stuff. So I'm just saying, if any of you have kids, just be watchful. I'm sure all of you have kids that are grown now, got youngin. Well, Gonzo's got a youngin, but he's a youngin. Um, but yeah, this is just, I mean, you got to be watchful of what your kids are on, what your young adults are on, um, because they're everywhere, man. Social media, TikTok had this issue. I think recently, not that long ago, I saw even Roblox had this issue, and people on YouTube trying to do the right thing were going in there and trying to expose these people, and Roblox stepped in and shut that down. So even they will allow these type of people to be on their platform, lurking to the kids. So it's fucked, man. It's just fucked. It's just, yeah. It's just, it makes you frustrated, man. It really does make you. It's Yeah. It's just, yeah. Yep. Yep. It's just bad. It's just really bad. But yeah, probably wasn't the best way to end the stream, but it's one of those discussions I think as adults it should be had, since, like, I play Fortnite. I play Fortnite, but I play with people my age or people a little bit older than me, but they're still adults. You know what I mean? Like, they're still adults. I'm not playing with anyone that's lower than my age, because I think that's weird. Like, to me, I think that's weird. You know, like Fortnite just added this. I'm wrapping it up. I know people are like, all right, get to the fucking point. Turn the fucking stream off. I'm done. I'm done with your shit. I understand. Um, but they just added this new mode where it's like proximity chat in the game. So it drops you on a point in the map, and you what's it called? And then you find random people in the game, and either you can team up with them or you can eliminate them. You could be that lone that the lone outlaw in the game and just eliminate all the players. But I mean, like, even that, I felt a little bit anxious to play, because it's like there's, like, there's kids in there too, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a certain type of way where it's just like I would rather just play Fortnite with people my age. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe that's just me being respectful. Um, but yes, Max said something very important in here too, which I totally agree on. It's not figure related, but should put that out too. I don't think they ever will at this point. I think that'll probably, I think, like, by the time we're no longer on this earth, I think it'll still be one of those things that probably won't be released. Um, but yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's just fucked. It is fucked. But I think well, yeah, I am gonna end this. But before I end this, um, I think as I was following this case too, it reminded me of something that happened when I started working at my job. Um, because there was a young woman that worked there. Um, that like worked up in the front of the store, and she was very adamant on me taking her on a date. And I asked her, you know, because like you don't know, but I was like, yeah, maybe. um I was like, yeah, but how old are you, you know? And she was like, oh, I'm 16. And I was like, nope. And that was the end of it. Never talked to her again, never saw her again. That should have been the response. It's like if there's a gap in the age, keep it going. Bolt, don't look back. Don't look back, keep going. Make the right choice. Make a responsible choice. And I think that's where we'll end it on this. So I do want to thank everyone that came in here. I know uh I probably scared a lot of people off. People are not coming back. I can feel people hitting the unsubscribe button. I understand. But we got Max decided to pop in here, which is fun. I love having Max in here. He's a wild card. He is a wild card, and he speaks his mind, and I commend that. I respect someone who gives zero fucks and speaks their mind. Um, Jay Gonzo was also in here. Jay Gonzo, welcome. He always, I think now he's very on my ass on making sure that I stream on time and that I'm not late like I was last week. Because I totally forgot that I set the stream to 9 o'clock, and I opened it here and there was just like a flood of 20 comments of people thinking I forgot to stream. Kaiju Kitty was in here. Alpha Red was in here. Mr. V was in here earlier. Thank you, Mr. V. Hopefully you're doing well. And I think that was everybody this week, which is not bad. It was a very fun show in the first half. I think we kind of went downhill towards the end, so sorry. But at least I waited towards the end of the stream to talk about this and then just drop it in the beginning of the stream to scare people off. But yeah, so that is where we're gonna end it. I appreciate everyone that came in. Stu, what's going on? Sorry that you joined at the end of this. The ending of the stream might be one of those that you might have to skip the ending of this stream. I'm so sorry, Stu. We just got into like a serious talk about something currently going on. So I completely understand if you want to skip the ending. But yeah, so we talked about the figure news. I showed the progress that I got going on for. That's weird. Guess I'm gonna have to put clear nail polish on there. That's odd. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that, I think. Oh well, something I could do tomorrow. Anyway, I'm working on a new, what's it called? Life is slow and easy. Yeah. The sloth life thing started because of what was it, Shane and Woody? They said I'm like the sloth from Zootopia, the one that works at the DMV. They said I'm like the sloth because I go on a tangent and then I never look at the chat until afterwards. I don't keep up with the chat, is what they said. So that's why they said that. But yeah, so I wanted to try out one of these blank bodies I got off AliExpress. Very good quality. I didn't even get to show off the articulation. Look at this. That's how far forward you can get the arms. Pretty good. $20. Got it for $20. It's pretty good. You know? I could be like, oh, I got a itch in my shoulder. My shoulder itches. Let me grab that. But I think once I get some clothes, once I get some clothes and stuff like that, you'll start seeing him a little bit more because I'm not going to keep these clothes on him. I'm going to order some clothes from GPS slot. Is it GP slot or is it GPS slot? Or is it GP slot? This is a question. Anyway, yeah, so I'm working on an updated version of a figure version of myself that I could put into reviews and take more creative thumbnail pictures or pictures for thumbnails with. And so yeah, that's what I worked on last week. Sold some figures that I no longer was interested in. So I made it to the post office before they went to lunch, which was fun. Speaking of, see a little pun because we got Stu in the chat. lunch, eh? So yeah, I was able to get that stuff shipped out. So Shane got his stuff and everything worked out with that. And I bought, actually, you know what? I didn't even show. I know I said I was going to end it, but I realized it was only 10:57. So I don't know. Should I end it? Should we keep going? Should we keep the discussion going since it's only 10:57? I thought it was like midnight. I was like, holy fuck, I was over here talking until midnight with these with my lovely folks in the chat. I think because maybe I thought it was midnight because I'm usually, I'm usually very like, I'm very kind of like dragging it through the stream, but like I don't know what it is this week. But I'm just like I'm good to go. I'm locked in. We have no lives. That's not true. So I bought this. I didn't buy it off of Hobby Link Japan, but I'll show you sure I got off of Plaza Japan because they're the only, for some reason, this website is the only site that is doing shipping other than DHL. Because Hobby Genki only has DHL. Hobby Link Japan has DHL, which I'm not shipping not a fucking thing from them. $85 is how much it would cost me to ship one thing from Hobby Link Japan at the moment. So I'm gonna take a big walk away from that because that is, yeah, no fucking thank you. it was 60 was bad enough to pay for shipping for one figure that doesn't even weigh enough to justify. What the fuck? She was 24.68. Get the fuck out of here. I just fucking bought her for $40 fucking dollars, man. Oh, ain't that some bullshit? Well, anyway, she was 40 something dollars, but now she's 24.68 on here. Which is insane. Which is a really good price. You would think, well, that has to be some sort of scam or something like that. But I asked some other collectors that bought from Plaza Japan and they said they're legit. So, and I just got shipping. I just got a shipping notification today for her. So, and there are no bootlegs of any of these My Hero Academia figures that I know of. But yeah, so this is all the stuff she comes with. She's got some hands. She's got the cape. Wait, I am showing this right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I have 13 more hours before season 10 of Diablo 4 starts. Oh, nice. So these pieces right here, these are like I don't want to say ropes because they're not ropes. They don't even show any. Oh yeah, here we go. They're like retractable what you call them, like mechanical I had the word and then it slipped. My ADHD ass brain, man. Fucking can't. It's the fucking word that I'm thinking of. It's retractable things. Anyway, they deploy from her gauntlets and she's able to like climb buildings, or she's able to like pick up objects and throw them. She doesn't get this until season 5. Yeah, season 5, because that's when the main character, he gets a new power that is similar to this, and she gets inspired by that. His power, one of the superpowers that he ends up getting, and ends up building this into her costume, which I thought was kind of cool, but it's also kind of funny because her power is that she can, whatever she touches, it floats. So that's why her superhero name is Gravity, because her last name is Uraka, and Gravity. But she's able to like pick up small to even large objects, and she's able to, basically they have zero gravity, so she's able to anyway, the show's really good. I recommend it. I do recommend watching it because it's really good. It's got a nice little heartfelt story, but yeah, I can't wait. I had the Figma of her, which, see if I can find a picture of, which at the time it wasn't bad, since that was the only figure that existed of her. But compared to this figure, not great. Not great. I will say that. Yeah. Uh, it worked at the time because that was the only representation we had of her. But this is like season 2, I think. And I'm trying to find a picture of it here. Oh, here we go. And this is when you were able to order figures off of Amazon Japan, and they would just send the shit DHL. It was perfect. It was like it. All right, so this is her first figure. This was by Figma, which not bad. All right, it wasn't a bad figure. It was just, I don't know. I felt very lackluster because she has the cool little rock effects. But like I said, this was her first costume that she had, because she had like the big ass visor in front of it. But now we upgraded, and now she doesn't have the big ass visor, but she has the cool gauntlets. And this one's more posable. So you're able to get her into like actual like superhero poses like in the anime. So I have her, and I have to rebuy this figure because I had the original. But unfortunately, when we moved from the previous residence to this one, my Revoltech Deku, my All Might, my Todoroki, all of them disappeared, and I think they got lost in the move, which really hurts me because that All Might is almost $250 to $300, and I cannot force myself to fucking pay $300 to get that figure back. That figure was on my figure of the year list when that came out, him and Deku. And it kills me because that All Might was such a good figure. And I love All Might as a character because he is essentially the Japanese Superman. And it's just the way that his character is written is fantastic. But this is, oh, here we go. Hang on, sorry. This figure I have to replace. This figure, which I'm gonna do in the morning. So I can't wait to get him back in my collection. And if you weren't here last week, I was asking around to see if someone could possibly help me out in a situation that I was in, because I needed these gloves. This is the file that's on this page, but it's to 3D print these gloves for that figure because he doesn't have them. But I needed these gloves for this figure to make a more updated version, because he gets these gloves. They're called Air Force gloves. And one of the characters in this anime, she builds him these gloves because every time he uses his power, because it's like a kinetic, charge, but whatever he uses it for it like completely destroys that body part. So every time he uses one of his fingers to flick, it like breaks his fingers. So he would break his fingers every time he used it to flick. If he went to go punch something, he would shatter. He'd break his arm. Every time he would use his legs to kick something, his legs would break. Um, so you see that from like season 1 to season 2 because they get into the hero games, which is my favorite season for My Hero because the fights are great. But yeah, so a character builds him these so he won't continue to injure himself because like his as he progresses through the anime, like his arms are like all scarred and bruised from him continuously using his power. But yeah, these gloves are really cool. And I do need those gloves. So I need those gloves and one Turk Murphy is going to help me out with this. So shout out to Turk Murphy coming in clutch. He's going to print me these. He's going to take care of it for me. And once I get them, I'm going to paint them. I'm going to paint them up. I'm going to throw them on this figure and then he'll look perfect. But what I'm also torn on is these files that this guy is selling are not the most, not the most cheap files. Like the files are pretty fucking expensive. However, the quality of these are fantastic. And he's the only person I've seen that has done the files for the Air Force gloves. He also did the pieces so you can make the vigilante version of the character, which is so cool. I just got to the part where he starts to wear this costume and it's fucking awesome. It's such an intimidating costume and those are all the pieces. And then so this is what he looks like whenever he starts wearing the costume. This is what he looks like, and because he's going like days without sleep and without a break, because of a plot point that I can't talk about, but either you could look it up on your own time or you could watch the anime. But his suit starts to get damaged and tattered. His gloves start to get tattered, and he starts to get like dirt and blood and stuff like that on here. And it just looks really fucking cool. And then he also did the Zeta suit, which this is what he wears in season 7. And what he's going to wear in the final season. So, like, there's all the files and stuff like that. But I think he also sells the pieces for Oh, maybe he doesn't. I thought maybe he had the ones for figure arts, but I think that was someone on Etsy that had the pieces to make the Vigilante Deku on Etsy. Oh yeah, it was on Etsy because someone asked me uh if someone sold the the 3D printed head sculpt because they wanted to make a Vigilante Deku. Um let's see. Where did I get that? I got it off of Plaza Japan. Where is it? Here we go. I got it off of Plaza Japan. Um She is now 24.68. I paid 40 something for her. Um so I needed her because this character has won me over like so much. Um like just such great character development from the beginning of this anime up until now. She's just had such great character development and it's fantastic. She is the love interest to Deku here in the show. And their interactions are great. But I gotta say though, uh, this anime man has probably one of the most toxic fandoms attached to it. Like it's you just want to just take your head and just bury it into the palm of your hands at some of the stuff, man. It's just oh my. Like so bad to the point that the guy that created the original manga that created My Hero Academia cannot physically come to the US because these people have threatened to inflict harm upon this man, inflict physical harm upon this man. This poor man who just wanted to make a manga about superheroes. It's it, it sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds like something that would be made up, but if you get bored one day, go ahead and take a deep dive. You will see it is no joke. I have the McFarlane one of her. It's good. The McFarlane one's not bad. Those are okay. And Joe's is here. He said, "Sorry, been listening since the beginning, just editing. We'll listen. Thank you, Menjoza. I was gonna end it, but Jay Gonzo said to keep going, so I am. I thought that it was gonna be. I thought it was like midnight, and I was like, oh, I think I talked enough. But he said keep going, so here we're gonna keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna be purchasing him in the morning, and then I had to reach out to Turk and check in with him about printing those gloves for me and send him the funds to cover all that. Um, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and redo. I'm going to do a review on him because it's been a minute since I reviewed him. That was 2021. 2021. Often 2021 we were figuring out how to edit. Um so, didn't realize that our oh geez, look at that. I open YouTube and look at that. I'm just hit with a bunch of what we were talking about. Good lord, man. These people are just really that's a shame. People are just exploiting the situation for a cheap fucking YouTube paycheck. Let's see. How long ago was this? How long ago was that deck review? I know it's when I had my old it's when I used to have my old diorama, which was the extreme sets. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, 4 years ago I did it. Let me just tell you, this is how I know, right? This is how I know that I was a this is how I know that 2021 AFA was still new to this, because the fact that it took me 53 minutes and 4 seconds to review one fucking figure is insane. The fact that it has 882 views, the fact that 882 people sat there and watched me talk about this figure for almost an hour is insane. I feel bad. Oh yeah, I used to have that. I used to have this John Wick. I actually have no. I think I still have this John Wick. I think. Look at. God, it just. I can't escape the fucking thing. We're not going back to that. I've already talked about that enough. But I'm telling you, look at. I'm telling you, I'm following the shit like a hawk. I also have this muted because I did put. I believe this is when I was using. I was probably using. Oh, maybe not. Interesting. They didn't hit me with a fucking copyright claim at the time. Interesting. But yeah, so this is when I had the original Revoltech Harley. This is how you know I had the original, because this is from 2020. So yeah, I had the Mafex Gwenpool, Mafex. You see, I used to collect Mafex. You see, I used to like Mafex figures, but then I realized, I started realizing the quality, and I was like, yeah, I'm not collecting these anymore. Still one of my favorite pictures I took. The Revoltech Harley. Actually, I have a review of this Mezco Logan, because there was a period of time where Amazon was selling Mezco figures for like really, really cheap. And I got that Cowboy Logan off of Amazon for really cheap. Not a bad, I'm not gonna lie, not a bad Mezco figure. Not a bad Mezco figure. If you can track it down for a good price, it's a good Mezco figure. It's a pretty good Mezco figure. I actually did a review on that figure not that long ago. I say I used to have the He used to have the Mattel Alfred. Um, but yeah, I owned this figure. I really liked it. It was a really good figure. But yeah, you could see I had the issue here that Gonzo pointed out to me, but I try not to do it as much anymore because he critiqued me on this where I keep one picture up and you can already see that it's like 4 minutes here and the picture hasn't changed, or at like 9 minutes and then it finally changes. This is how you know this is official because it has the Kyoto. Man, I wish I still had some of these figures. Like that Spike Spiegel. I have no idea what the fuck happened to that figure. And that figure's so expensive now. And that was a really good figure words figure. And that's what the insert of the box looked like, which I thought was awesome. Um, good lord, look at that camera movement, man. I honestly I can't remember if I had a I can't remember if I had a tripod or not when I did this video. I like how this is just turned into this is turned into us watching reviews that I did like 40 years ago. That's what this has turned into, me doing reviews from like 4 years ago. Um Also, if you're wondering, I do not have the Styrom anymore. I think it eventually fell apart on me and then I just threw it away. But you could also tell I didn't know how to pose figures. You could tell I didn't know how to pose figures. I still have this Figma Diva though from Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch anymore, but there was one point in time where I did. I think that shifted over to Marvel Rivals, which is still it's the Marvel equivalent of Overwatch, but it's still fun. Still a fun game sometimes. It's not fun when you have a bunch of tryhards on the other team and you get your ass whooped. It's not fun, but um yeah, see, look at that. The fucking I told you, man. She was that Rebel Tech Harley was one of my these damn Marvel figures. I have I have 3 tripods. I only have 1. I bought one off of oh no, I have 2. I have 2 tripods. There was one that I used at DFW. Um, and then oh, I did have a tripod. Then why the fuck was the camera so shaky? Oh my. Holy fuck, this is the first time I've gone back and like watched some of my older reviews. Fucking hell. Just got my hand all up in the fucking camera here. Me and my fucking cricket bat hands all up in the camera. Good lord. Yeah, so thank thank Jay Gonzo for this. Because I could have ended the stream like about I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half ago. He's the one that told me to fucking told me to keep going. So See, I used to do articulation breakdowns, but I realized, Jesus, did I not lock the fucking jeez, I didn't lock in the autofocus here. Ooh. Um, I used to do the breakdowns of the articulation, but then I stopped doing that because I realized my giant fucking hands were getting in the way and it blocked the figure. So now, instead of my cricket bat hands getting in the camera, I would rather just do what I did with the last review that I did, where um where you don't see any of that, and I'm just going through and doing like a little posing section, and I'm sitting there and I'm posing it, then I take it off camera, bring it back in with another pose, take it off camera, bring it back in. um at least that's what I did with the Blockies review. um when I did the articulation section for the Revoltech Harley, I just went and did whenever you see my, I'm gonna pull up my intro real quick and you'll see those like those multiple cuts or picture cuts to all the different figures. That's what I'm trying out with the Revoltech Harley review, and I kind of like that a little bit more because it's like I can get creative with some of the transitions in terms of figuring out timing and stuff like that. Like you'll see, like let me show you. Player one. Time. Player two. Level one. So you saw how it was like boom, 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 boom. How it did multiple pictures right there. That's what I'm doing with that. And so it'll just be, I'm trying that out. So if you guys like that, then I'll just continue to do that. But if not, then I could do what I do with the Blockies review and just do a pose and just, you know, do it like that. I I'm half and half on this because I don't like it, but at the same time, if I'm watching a review and someone gives me an articulation breakdown of like a Revoltech figure that's coming out, then I know in advance what to expect with that figure once I get it in hand. Because not all Revoltechs are engineered the same anymore. Like, for example, um, the last Revoltech figure that just came out was the Chun-Li from Street Fighter 6. She has a completely new design for her legs in terms of the articulation. So the way that her knees are, they're not like they are on the older style Revoltechs where it's the ball joint in the back. These are more like smooth in terms of the way that it's sculpted. The sculpt is more smooth, so it looks like an actual, how a human would actually bend their knee. And that's how it is on the new, that new Revoltech Harley from the Suicide Squad anime. That's how her knees are going to be. So they no longer have the giant ball joint in the back. So in that case, I would rather it them go into a breakdown. But if they're, you know what I mean, if they're just like, hey, here's this new, um, if they're like, hey, here's this new, I grabbed her because she was right here, but hey, here's this new Hasbro figure. Look, here's the articulation. She's got a double ball in the neck. She's got double jointed elbows. She's got, her arms can do that. She can crunch like this. Her leg can go like that. She can bend her knee. Then I get it, because all Hasbro figures kind of all share the same articulation. Sometimes they tweak the articulation, but for the most part, it's all the same. But if it's something like Reveltech, or it's something like Blockies, or sometimes Figuarts has different articulation depending on what it is. Figma, it's not. Figma, they don't ever change their articulation. They pretty much keep the formula they got going over there. They is a winning formula for them, I guess. So it's not. But, and I would even say something like some of these blank bodies that are coming out, like this. Like, if I didn't tell you guys that his arms could go in like that much, like if he can move his arms that much, I don't think anyone would have known that. So in some cases, like I could actually get him to two-hand this pistol if I wanted to. Hang on. Yeah. Like I could get him to two-hand the pistol. Just crazy. $20, guys. I'm telling you, go on Amazon, buy these Win Toys. That's what it's called. Win Toys 112 scale male blank bodies. I don't think they have any female bodies, but the male bodies, they're great. They have, I think, 3 different skin tones. I got the one that was like the albino white skin tone, I think, or whatever that fucking skin tone was. But that's the one that I got. So, but it's really good. I could see a lot of customization going on with this. Anyway, back to critiquing my here, I'll type it out for you. WINDTOYS. Just like that. You'll go into AliExpress. Big Bad Toy Store has them, but they charge a little bit more. So just be wary of that. And really good stew. Like, I thought maybe I made a bad choice in it because it's from AliExpress, but that body it's really good. But yeah, this is just yeah, see, this is why I missed that All Might, because I was able to do the embarrass All Might, but yeah, I missed this All Might figure, dude. It was fucking awesome. He was awesome. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. I still have this SH Figure Arts Chun-Li. That Chun-Li is awesome. Anyway, yeah, so that was my review. As you saw, it was complete dog shit. So it's it's getting a new review. Um, actually, you know what? Now that we're on here, looking at my portfolio here, um, a review that very much surprised me that I did that actually caught some traction was this review right here that I did of this 3 3/4 inch Fortnite figure, the human Bill. Um, very surprised at the traction that it caught. Which by the way, if you collect 3 3/4 inch, this figure is fantastic. It is a skin in the game. I do own this guy. How could I not pass him up? It's a fucking Martian in like a Men in Black suit. It's awesome. He's awesome. And he came with this little look at this. He came with this little UFO that you could sit in. Look at that. He could sit in the UFO. Like what? That's so cool. So cool. And he has such good articulation as well. Um why did I put that there? I don't know. I'm not gonna listen to myself talk. Um but yeah. These Fortnite figures were so much fun. Like I have the Hasbro version of this man cake, and I also have the 3 3/4 inch one as well. Like the Master Chief, I have still those Halo figures are really cool too. This Acid Rain, Astronaut, the High Toys Robocop was also really cool. I'm sure I still have him somewhere. I don't know where he's at. Oh yeah, that was my three. That was my 3 3/4 inch version of myself that I was working on. Um, I mentioned this a while ago, but I was in the process of writing a story that I wanted to do a I guess now you would call it a play motion. Um, I guess you I guess you could call it a play motion, but um, it was it was gonna take place in the future, and um the main character that the story was going to focus on was a representation of me, um which was a character by the code name of Kill Switch, and he led he was like he was an enhanced soldier, like a enhanced Black Ops soldier, and this he led a team, and the government sent that team in, um well, as a Black Ops team, um but they had a mission where they had to steal a case of nuclear warheads. Um, and in the process, one of the members of our team turned on us and shot me in the leg. Um, and then in return, as she was getting away, I got a couple of good shots on her, and so I ended up getting a cybernetic leg, and which was awesome. And what's it called? She ends up getting like a cybernetic arm, like the Winter Soldier, and she gets like a cybernetic spine. and her code name was Stiletto. And basically the story was uh like it was supposed to be she was like my nemesis, you know what I mean? So her and I were gonna have bad blood, and she started her own team. Um and what's it called? And she ended up stealing the nuclear warheads, and she ended up working for a faction called Talon, and um, they end up launching those nuclear warheads from space, and it takes out like a chunk of the world, right? Like it's a nuclear wasteland, and there's like pieces of like countries and stuff on the earth that are trying to recover from that. Um, and so my character ends up getting blamed for this incident, um, and ends up getting put in like a max security prison. Um, and then like over time, he looks like this, like his hair is grayed, like he's aged, and they end up going to him in this supermax prison, and they want to recruit him to go and hunt her down, and um either capture her and bring her in and charge her for her crimes, or um kill her. And it was going to be this whole thing, but then I was like, I don't know if I really want to sit there and do a whole fucking movie in 3 3/4 inch, because that's a lot of time that you have to invest in this. And so I never did it. I still have the script. I don't think I ever finished the story. um and then there was a character that was supposed to be called Game Over, um and she was the sister of the love interest, my character's love interest. And basically her sister ends up getting separated from her at a young age, and she ends up eventually going down like a really bad path. um and eventually in time, Talon ends up recruiting her, and they end up turning her into like this cybernetic super soldier, and she has like a cybernetic jaw, and she carries like these two giant, like she dual wield shotguns. And she ends up killing my love interest, and that kind of like sent me down a spiral. It sent my character down a spiral, and he ends up uh there were like a couple of different designs that I went through with that character. Anyway, it was a whole, don't worry about it. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I know it sounds real interesting. It sounds like, but I'm not doing it with 3 3/4 inch. All right. I'm sorry. I can't I cannot. All right. That's too small of a scale. Is too much. All right. My cricket bat hands, they're gonna be all up in the camera. You already saw it, the Revoltech Deku. It's not happening. Um, but yeah, so I had a couple of different designs for him. And then I ended up getting, at some point in that story, I ended up getting a dog as a companion. Um, and the dog's name was Detenchi. And Detenchi was Fallen Angel or it's Fallen Angel in Japanese, but it was essentially like, um, it was, I remember when Marauders came out with their 118 scale dogs, and I saw one where it was like, it was a grayed out dog, but it had red eyes like a hellhound. And I was like, that's fucking cool. That would be cool if I put that as a companion for my character. And so they, at some point I was gonna find a way to kind of figure out how the Tenchi kind of, what's it called? How him and my character cross paths, and how, they kind of trying to figure out a way to configure the Tenchi, and that the lore of the Tenchi and how that tied into my character, and um like it having a deeper meaning with my character, but it never happened. It was one of those projects that never happened, sadly. And maybe, maybe if a company comes out and they end up doing something and I'm able to like recreate those characters in a bigger scale, I could probably do it in 1/12 scale. But yeah, it was one of those things that I always thought would have been cool to try to tackle as a project, because I've always had an interest for film and cinematography and filmography, and like my dream career was to always do something in film, whether it was to direct it or to be a producer on a film. But we all know how that career path goes. We've all seen that web unfurl in real life. So I was like, no. Or maybe do something with set design, since I build dioramas and stuff. Um, that was always like a dream career for me. Uh, I mean, it could always happen. I could always go back to school and do that. I mean, I talked with my sister, um and talked to her about it, and thought it was something like, something interesting. Stu said, "Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great night. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy your week. Good night. Good night, Stu. Hopefully you have a good week. Um, and we will see you next week." Um, and yeah, I mean, she told me, yeah, I mean, you could go back to school and do that, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do all that. I mean, I mean, you already see I struggle with this fucking YouTube thing. With trying to, with starting a review, and then like I feel like I stress myself out trying to get content up on here, in terms of like reviews or videos, and then I end up feeling like I get burnt out. Like I end up getting burnout, like a creative burnout, and then I end up just fucking delaying um the review, and then it never gets made. Like I can't tell you how many reviews I have sitting that I could have put up months ago, years ago, that just never got put up because I just hit a creative burnout, which sucks. I mean, and you could be like, well, you shouldn't do that to yourself because, it's not a race, but I also feel like um as much fun as I have with the live streams and as much as people enjoy whenever I go live, which I appreciate, I feel like um I'm creatively, and when I say this, I don't mean it in a negative way, but I feel creatively handicapped with streams because I'm not good with um like I don't know all the fancy shit with streaming. But with videos, I can kind of kind of do a little bit of fancy stuff to make it where it's like it doesn't feel like a chore um to watch my reviews. Because some of my older reviews, I've gone back and I've watched them and I've been like, holy fuck, like I don't know how this has this many amount of views because I feel this is uh this is a chore to get through. And at the time I just had the mentality of um you know record this, do review this figure, edit, throw it up, next one, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. um and so now I'm just kind of, you know I mean, for fuck's sake, look at the last review that I did. That was 3 months ago. Which if it actually hit 200 views, which I was very surprised about. Um, but it seemed like a lot of people didn't weren't that interested in the figure. Which, granted, I mean, you shouldn't be forced to watch a video of something that you don't care about. Um, but I don't know. I feel like now, like it's definitely improved. I mean, we just watched. I just forced the three of you to watch. The like three people that are here to watch one of my older reviews, and here it feels more professional. Like the professionalism has gone up. Um, the stream or the I mean, yeah, even the stream intro feels a little bit more professional. Um, so uh, but yeah, this is see, I did this, and Gonzo nitpicks the shit out of me whenever I do this. Um, Whenever I do that, where I put one picture and it just where it's just like this, and I'm talking and the picture doesn't change. Um, but yeah, like once we get here, you know, and then with the accessories, I started using this little table that I got from Daiso and started putting the stuff on there. Um, and then whenever we got into the articulation section, it feels like um, which it'll get into it here. But like once it gets into this, I feel like it's better because I tried something different. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, my cricket bat hands are still in the are still in here, you know. Um but you know what I mean? It's not like it's all up in the camera anymore. But I really did. I had a lot of fun with this review and doing this review. Still working on my channel. I got up to 7. Listen, Red, do not don't stress yourself out about it. Um when you're starting your channel. I feel like the most important thing is you find your style. You find your you find something that is unique to you, and whether it's your intro or your style of photography or the type of music that you use or the type of way that you edit, um once you find your style, then it's good, because I can't tell you how many times we've heard it, how many times we've heard people say it. What we do when we do review figures is that we're like a dime a dozen. You know, figure reviewing is not, like a fucking handful of people. Um, because I mean, there are, I don't know, name a figure and there's like, I don't know, 1,000 reviews of it, but what is the one or several things um that stands out? You know what I mean? Because if I type in, you know, like for example, I'll type in, oh, I don't know why. I don't know why I clicked on that. Like I thought I was gonna fucking pause the screen. Like if I type in Blockies Sakura Miku, since that's what this is, right? So at the time there was only one review. There was only one video, and it was this, right? And this is a channel that they unbox and they put together, they like speed build model kits, right? And then we have all these shorts, right? Look at the posing, 6.4K. What's eye popping here? Okay, the pose, the background that's here, right? This one, you got this person is a huge Miku fan. You could see that all in the background, but look at the way the figure is posed, right? And then down here, you have that. After like a month or so, they see now they're starting to pop up. Oh fuck! I have to order her off AliExpress. Son of a bitch! I need that Miku. Get ready, because there's gonna be like two more. There'll be like two more Miku reviews up on this fucking channel. Um, like, see, this is a good picture too. Granted, that's probably like a green screen or something, but that's good. Um, I don't know why there's like FNAF. Like, see, look at this one. Simple thumbnail, but there's enough going on there to capture. I don't know why the fuck mine isn't on here. Oh, probably because it's like fucking buried all the way at the bottom. It's probably like buried at the bottom, but yeah. Let's see, video. Um, Mine was like 4 to 20. Okay, yeah, see, there you go. So whenever you put in the filters, mine was 1, 2, 3. Mine's the fourth. Um, but I try to do, I don't know, I try to do just like simple ass thumbnails. It's just like, oh, look, stuff in the background. Lighting is, you know, the lighting is there. I don't know. But I mean, also with YouTube, the algorithm is a very tricky thing to do. So, but don't get discouraged, Red. Uh, it takes a little bit of time, but um, like I've been doing this 7 years, and I've changed up my style multiple times. I've changed up the music that I use in my reviews multiple times. Um, my photography has improved for my videos multiple times. So it's just, but Jay Gonzo says you've gotten way better about streaming. Like anything you do, it's all repetition. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. But yeah, I mean, I just try to do something different for every video, because I mean, I've always had the mentality with my videos is um to treat them like mini movies. uh like for example, like see here, I did like a previously on, how you would with a show, and then it's like a little recap where, because I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years, and I've always mentioned this, and nobody has ever mentioned this, so I know that it's never caught on to anybody. But I'm about to blow your fucking minds right now, or maybe it has, but no one's said anything, probably because they don't care. But I've always teased what my next review was gonna be. I've always teased it. I've always teased it. It's always been in the video. The question, it's always been a test though. If you sit through the whole video, it's like a little reward at the end where it's like, oh, I sat through the whole video and it's been at the end. Like, for example, here, this was when I started using the new intro. Then I do my outro, right? And it's at the end. And I've always used the Street Fighter 2, here comes a new challenger. I've used that for years. And there's my sit down with Angelo. But even here with when I did my two Valaverse videos, let me see. Also, this what we're doing now. This is like an after dark thing, because technically the stream ended like 2 hours ago. But because Jay Gonzo said to keep going, this is like kind of the after dark segment. um, but like see here with Gemini, this was like a little movie. So I've always put those little like movie aspects in there. I guess you could call them like mini play motions. But they've always been there. They've always been there. I don't think anyone noticed, or if they did, they just never mentioned it. So treat this as an incentive to always try to finish the review, because there may be something at the end that you weren't expecting. And I bet none of you knew that I did this. Which I think is pretty damn. Oh shit! Did I just break this for you? Oh no! I thought I just break that. But yeah, it's really funny. It's just funny that like no one's mentioned this, and it's been here the whole time. I bet your minds are blown, right? Um, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But anyway, I think I've rambled enough. I'm at like 3 hours and 9 minutes. So anyway, I'm on rambling about some random shit that I don't think anyone cares about. But anyway, we've hit 3 hours and 9 minutes. We went a little bit longer. Thank Jay Gonzo, because we went a little bit longer than what we intended. Um, and yeah, it was fun to get to do a little extra here. And I wanted to bring this up before I end this. Actually, fucking end this. Um, I it sucks that Max isn't here, but we'll come back to that next week. We'll come back to that next week. And bring that up. But yes, thank you to everyone, especially everyone that stayed, the little extra hour or two and listened to me rant about YouTube and tell my story about a story that I was working on that never got done. But such is life. But anyway, thank you all very much. I will see all of you next week. Take care of yourselves, take care of others. If you're dealing with something, you don't feel comfortable talking about it, always reach out to people. Because the world's in a real interesting place, and I know people are always going through struggles mentally. But don't ever feel like don't ever feel like it's a bother to somebody, because that reaching out to somebody, just even if it's a simple talk, a simple hey, a simple how are you, you all right, need someone to talk to, that could save somebody's life, that could change somebody's life. So you never know. um and with that being said, thank you all. I will see all of you next week. Hopefully, my fucking figure makes it here. Hopefully, she makes it here. I paid all those extra fees in that shipping, so I swear to God, if I get a fucking charge, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I am gonna buy that Deku in the morning as well, that Revoltech Deku. So expect some more import talk, I guess. And we'll see what comes up next week for us to talk about. And with that being said, I'm out of here. I need to make a fucking outro for this now. This is